Hey, Andy here from Andy's Golf Blog. Now this is the ShotScope X5 GPS and shot tracking golf watch. It's just been released by ShotScope and I have already uploaded a couple of videos to my YouTube channel. One is an overview of the X5 and its key features. The other one is an unboxing and sort of first look at the X5. I've decided to make this video to basically show you the watch in action, to let you see how it looks when we're both at home and using it on the golf course. Because in the second video, the unboxing, I didn't really show you the screen. I just had the screen protector on because I was just unboxing the product. So I've given it a charge and now I'm going to take you through how the watch looks when you're using it both on and off the course. Let's start with the watch itself when it's used as a traditional standalone watch. You'll see here I have this display, so this is one of the clock faces that you can choose. It basically is just like an analog one, so we can see the hands of the clock and the date displayed at the bottom. If we swipe to the left or to the right, we can see the battery percentage as well as a battery icon and the number of steps that I have taken today, so not very many steps as you can see here. You can also swipe on the clock face to the right and you get the same display. If we look here, we have the rotary dial at the top right, which also acts as a button, and there's a button at the bottom right. Now the bottom right button is the back button, and the rotary wheel you can spin to go up or down, and you can also press it in to essentially select that menu option. So I'm going to press the top right button in, and then you'll see here we can use the rotary dial to scroll through the different menus, or we can basically touch on the screen and drag up and down. For the purposes of this video and to make it easier for you to see, I'll just use the rotary dial. So I'm going to go to settings and press it in. And then within settings you get all of the usual settings you'd expect. So you can change your units from yards to meters. You can change the time from 24 to 12 hours. You can use tag read. So if I press this one in, for example, then you can take a tag, hover it near the strap and just check that your tags are working okay. So we found the 4-iron there, it's just a little test. Then use the bottom right button to go back. Let's have a look at what else we have here. So show club will allow us to display the club tag ID on the screen as we're playing. Scoring basically allows you to turn the scoring option on for in-play scoring. And just need to go back into settings here. The other one that you'll have seen there is you can change the hand from left and right. So if you're left-handed, you can wear it on the right wrist, and if you're right-handed, you wear it on your left wrist. I'm interested initially in clock face, so I'm going to go into the clock face here, and then this allows you to basically choose your different clock faces. So I'm going to swipe to the right, and it'll bring up the other one. So we've got more of an analog there, which is basically just nice and plain. We've got a digital clock there with the date and month displayed below. We've got the another variation of that one there, and we've got this one which is digital, but we also have the step counter displayed permanently too. I'm just going to go for this one here, tap the green tick, and that applies that, and we can go back, and then that is basically our background there. So it's quite nice, it feels really good wearing this watch. I've been wearing it for a couple of hours now, and it feels, yeah, just like a normal watch, to be honest. I really like the display, I love the look of the watch anyway. And the step counter is really handy. I've not had a chance to do any steps today, but I'm hoping to get many more added to that by the end of the day. So now that we've talked about how the watch looks when it's used as a standalone watch, let's talk about its display when it's used as a golf watch on the golf course. Now for this part of the demonstration, instead of me actually going to the golf course, because I live quite close by, I'm going to see if I can obtain a connection from here at the house and then still be able to show you how the watch will look when you're out on the course. So what I've already done as part of the onboarding process, which is a necessary step, is I've already synchronized my home courses and updated them with the device. So they should already be stored on this device, and it's just a case of obtaining a connection. I am indoors, so I will try and obtain a connection here. If there is a problem, I'll just nip outside and I should be able to get a connection from outside without a problem. So to find your golf course and to start a round, what you need to do is press the top right button, and then you're going to press it again to go into the Play Golf menu. Here you have the option for GPS only or GPS and track. That's the one I'm interested in. Press the button again, and then we're going to see the locating GPS screen, and hopefully it will display my home course on screen and I'll be able to select it and start my round. So you see here it's done that in probably just less than about 30 seconds, which is really good considering I am inside. I've got two options here. I've got Dunfermline Golf Club and Dunfermline Golf Club, the small course. What I'm interested in is the first one, so all I do is highlight it and then press the top right button. It's then going to load the golf course and it should display it on screen. Now, what you've got here is the option to select your tee. So historically with the ShotScope devices, usually what's happened is you've connected to the course and then you're able to play your round and choose your tee afterwards. But on the X5, you actually have the option to choose the tees that you are playing before you tee off. So we'll go for yellow, press the button in, and then here it asks me if I want to enable scoring for my round. So scoring allows you to basically per hole select how many strokes you took and how many putts you took. So I'm going to go into yes, and now you'll see it has loaded the display for the golf course. Very similar to what we've seen with ShotScope devices in the past, we have the large display here showing the distance to the front, which is in at the bottom, 248 yards, the distance to the centre of the green, 260, and to the back, which is 270. The E on the right hand side is your score for your round. So at this stage I am level par because I've not played any shots. And on the left hand side here, this little blue box is your club tag ID box. So that will display the ID for the last club you have used and it has recorded. At the bottom here, you'll be able to see H1 and P4. That means hole 1 and par 4. And then the numbers that go around the outside of the watch, you'll see just below the 1 there should be a little blue line there which is indicating that this is the first hole. The final thing is you'll see there's a little lock option at the top there. So if I try and do anything with the watch, it doesn't let me do anything because it is locked. To be able to cycle through the menus and various options, you need to unlock the watch by gently rotating the wheel. And you'll see here when we try to rotate it, if we don't do it all the way around, it just goes back to the lock menu. And then when we keep rotating it, once it goes green, we have unlocked the watch, and after a short period of time, it will lock the watch once again, like it has here. Now, for the purposes of this demo, it will lock pretty quickly, so I may have to keep unlocking it, but hopefully I'll be able to show you a couple of the other screens. So let's unlock the watch just now. And then what we're going to do is we're going to swipe on the screen to the right hand side, and this will show us the hazard menu. So we can use the roller dial to move up and down. These will actually be back to front because I'm actually on the other side of the hole from my house. So this is showing me the green side bunker, that's why it's got the lines through it. That shows me the distance to the front of the bunker and the back. And then beyond that we have the normal fairway bunker. So again, front distance and to carry at the top there. So that's why it's the other way around. Of course, if you're playing the hole normally, the green side bunker would probably be at the top because it would be after the fairway bunkers. Now if we swipe to the right again, we can see layup information for the hole. So we get the layup yardage to 100 yards, and to leave 150 to the centre of the green, we'd have to hit 480 yards because it's very, very far away. We don't have the dogleg information displayed here because I don't have any doglegs on this hole, but I like the fact that they've now got hazards in one menu and layups in a separate menu. Then if we swipe to the right again, we get the game menu. I'll come back to that in just a second. And then another swipe to the right, we have the green view. So we've got this little map of the green now, distances to the front, middle and back of the green. And then if we tap on move pin, we have the option here to basically use our finger and tap around or tap and drag to various positions on the green. So I can reposition the pin, let's say to the back left, tap on the little green tick, and it will apply that as the there we go. It will apply that as the point of the pin. Now don't worry about these GPS yardages moving around or distances moving around. I am located inside my house, so I'm not expecting them to be terribly accurate at this moment in time. Definitely something, of course, I'll be testing on the golf course, but for now they might jump about a little bit because we are indoors. You'll see the watch has just locked again, so let me just unlock it. You can also swipe to the left here and you get through the same menu, so you can basically go left or right. Let's go into the game menu and press enter, and then you'll see in here we've got a couple of different options. So we can see our last shot, if you want to see how far you've hit your last shot. We've got the end round option here, we've got our battery. If I press on that, we just get a quick view of how much battery is left. Let me go back using this back button. You can assign any penalty strokes to your round. So we've got the provisional, we've got lost ball, we've got stroke penalties. Personally, I always add those after when I'm editing, but that'll be something that'll be worth checking out. You can pause tracking, so if you want to hit a second ball, or if you just want to maybe warm up before you start your round, but you have actually started it on the shot scope, you can pause tracking so it doesn't track any of those scores. The other things we've got here, let's have a look. So we've got the change hole. If I press this one in, this is how we can navigate to another hole. So again, I'm just going to use the rotary wheel. I could tap and drag on the screen, but I think it's clearer for you guys watching if I just use the rotary wheel. So let's just jump ahead to, I'll go to the 16th hole, 17th actually, press the button in, and if I just go back, you can now see if I go into the layup menu that the dog legs are displayed. So it tells me there the dog leg is 661 yards away. So that's a new feature with the X5. Let's quickly jump back into the game menu and we'll use the row. Let's go to scorecard. So if we go to scorecard here, you'll see that we don't have any scores available. Now, I don't know off the top of my head just now without having tested it if this will automatically update as you play. I would assume so. But in the interest of this video, let's just press in here for the first hole. So press the top right button, and then you can assign how many putts you took. So we'll say that we've had 1, 2, or let's say we've had 2. Then we tap the green tick, and then it'll ask how many strokes we took. So let's say we took 6 strokes. And then you'll see if I jump back, it lists it as +2. So we're now 2 over par. As I said, I've not tested it out on the golf course yet, but I would like to assume that that will count your strokes as you go along, and then you can use that menu to edit them. Take a tag here, hover it close, and then you'll see we've got a 4-iron. So it has detected the 4-iron as the last club used here. Let's go back into this menu and have a look at a couple of other options. So we'll swipe through. Back into the game menu. See if there's anything that I've missed in here. I think we've actually covered most of them. Yep. So I'm going to now just go back to end round. It's not designed to be a full tutorial, but let's go into end round here. We'll press the top right button in, and then it basically gives us the option to cancel that and resume, or go back to end round. And then you get a final confirmation here to confirm you definitely want to end your round. And then what you'll see is on screen, you'll see the number of strokes you've taken. So we can move up and down to see that information, the date, and the length of time for the round. So let's press the top right button, and then we'll come back. So that's a quick sort of flyover of the watch. As I said, I need to actually take it out and use it on the golf course to really thoroughly review it for you guys, which I will of course in due time. But I thought whilst I've got the watch here, it'd be a good idea just to show you a little bit more about using it as a general day-to-day watch and what some of these screens look like. I know some people have asked some questions around the lag on the device. Certainly I've not really noticed any lag there. I do probably find it easier to use the roller wheel to navigate through the menus, if I'm honest. And a couple of things I've noticed as well, I think I'll probably be turning the auto lock option off so that I don't need to keep unlocking every time. But obviously that'll depend how often when I'm swinging these buttons are being pressed. But yeah, so far so good. I'll have a review up for this within the next month or so, but I definitely want to make sure I've used it quite a few times out on the golf course before I create a review, so that I can be as thorough and as open and honest and transparent as possible. But if you have any questions about the ShotScope X5 or anything that I've covered or anything you want me to test out, drop them in the comments area below, and I'll try my best to answer them for you. But hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, remember, hit that like button, feel free to subscribe to the channel, and these are some of the other ShotScope videos that I have which might be of interest to you guys as well. But thanks again for watching.